To a picturesque Zimmer Biomet Park Easog here this evening. The sunshine is out, but the summer is going to be over for possibly one of these teams, as both of them lost their first round. So tonight we have Corofin and Broadford in the start of the second round of the Group 2, and follow that there's Cratloe and Kilmaley in Group 4. We're concentrating on this one. Neither team have won their opening round. Corofin unfortunately losing out to Kilnamona. Broadford just being shaded at the death by Clooney Quinn. I'm joined here for the moment by Nicholas Wren. And Nicholas, this is going to be a very tough match. You're dealing with teams that their championship lives are possibly on the line today, so we're expecting a bit of bite to this one.
Yeah, it's a real championship game. Like it's for maybe the wrong reasons, fighting to stay up for survival. But I expect to be a tough battle. Like Broadford, very unlucky in the open round. Really unlucky that they didn't get something out of it against Clooney Quinn. And it was Corofin, were outclassed by Kilnamona in their round. They put the fight to Kilnamona. It was only 3 points in at half time, but Kilnamona got the win in the second half and they pulled away. So I would tip Broadford, but I'm expecting a real battle because Corofin are battle hardened as well, and they're a tough outfit, and they have some great players.
Kilnamona and Clooney Quinn are set to clash here tomorrow. That's the other game in Group 2, but this is at the teams here this evening. From a Broadford perspective here, they're warming up in front of us. There is one change from the listing that you see in front of you. Owen Gunning unfortunately breaking his hand in that opening round against Clooney Quinn, and he'll be replaced by number 18, Dara Whelan. So let's read out the team for you. In goal, Cian O'Brien, who made a number of important saves in that Clooney Quinn match in opening round. A full back line of Paddy Donlan, Owen Donlan and Damien Canary. A half-back unit of Pádraig Taylor, Shane Taylor and Davy Boland. A midfield pairing of Cian Mulqueen and Dermot O'Brien. Half forward is Mikey Vaughan, Niall O'Farrell and Darren Chaplin, and a full forward unit of Donley Whelan, Dermot Maloney and that aforementioned number 18, Dara Whelan. And on the Corofin side, there are two changes from the listing from 1 to 15 that you see in front of you. It's Liam Corbett is in goal, number 1. Cornerback is number 17, Cian Doolan, number 3, Damien O'Loughlin, and number 18, Gerard Hanrahan. A half-back line of number 5, Killian McGrory, Killian O'Connor, and Sean O'Brien. A midfield pairing of Conor Lean and Gerald Cahill. James Organ, Gerald Kelly and Micheál Duffy make up the half-forward line, and a full-forward unit of Dermot Cahill, Kevin Keane and Evan Doolan, who's the other Doolan brother in that. The team's just warming up here at the moment. It's their first championship meeting in 8 years, and that was at intermediate level. So that means that the big thing here today is not only to try and get back into the championship, but also not to slip down into that relegation series. They don't want to end up back in intermediate. Corofin just surviving in the final last year against the Mills, and this year we're hoping not to be back there, which is their second year back at senior level. Broadford, meanwhile, we feel they were very unlucky not to make a quarter-final last year. Won their opening game against St. Joseph's Door Bearfield. Drew with Scariff in the game they probably should have, and they also finished the group against Kilnamona, something that they will be doing again in 2 weeks' time. The top pairing in this group is Kilnamona and Clooney Quinn. They're going to take place, that group decider, in Cusack Park tomorrow. So we'll see how that one goes. These teams are looking for a first victory of the campaign. So we're eagerly looking ahead to this game. And Owen O'Leary is warming up here in the middle of the field. He was also a linesman in the earlier game between Wolf Tones and Éire Óg. And we're only minutes away from the throw-in here. There's a couple of changes from, as I mentioned, from that previous one. And Owen Gunning, a star of the under-20s and also one captain of the 2023 Minor All-Ireland victory, broke his hand, and it's a disappointment for him, who played so well in that opening round against Clooney Quinn. Both of these teams scored 18 points in their opening round matches. but it was Broadford that perhaps looked the more impressive as they pushed Clooney Quinn all the way, and only for a Dara McNamara goal on the hour mark got Clooney Quinn right back into this game. With an analysis with me today, I'm delighted to welcome Derek Dormer. And Derek, you're a well-travelled man these days, coming all the way from 6 Mile Bridge, a fairly one-sided game between Clonlara and St. Joseph Broadford.
I ran. That's why I'm out of breath. Yeah, pretty one-sided. Yeah, Broadford are in trouble, to be honest. Clonlara very, very clinical.
Yeah, so Clonlara have 2 wins from 2 in Group 1, and we're just waiting for the other game in that group. Will be tomorrow between 6 Mile Bridge and Crusheen. We're here in what is the second game of the weekend in Zimmer Biomet Park. So last night here we saw Newmarket and Fergus lead the way for much of the game, only for the county champions to show their championship medal and come back to pip at the post. We're expecting a big battle here, Derek, simply because these are 2 teams that haven't won their opening game. It's not last chance saloon, but it's very much heading that way.
It isn't often I disagree with you on, but like for me, the loser is done. It's over. It's a battle, a huge battle, because your 2025 season is basically done if you lose. You're staring down the barrel of a relegation series, and at the start of the year, every team trains since last January, or even November. Some teams will be at it, and all the effort put in. It's all riding in these 60-plus minutes. It's a pressure-filled cooker, but look, that's what we come here to watch. Like, dead rubbers mean nothing to us, and we like spice, and I think we might get some. We might have some broken ash too in this one.
Well, hopefully so. I'm sure Torpies will be thinking this the exact same way. But like, you're looking at 2 relatively new managers as well. Paddy Meehan came in last year and kind of transformed Broadford, you have to say. They were lucky not to get to a quarter-final. Liam Donoghue in for Corofin this year, Galway man, and he's trying to put his stamp on the team. So interesting to see how those kind of new management dynamics will work out.
Yeah, and it's no easy feat replacing Joe Cahill, all the years of success he had at under 21 level with him, underage with Corofin ran, and then leading Corofin to the intermediate title. I'd say, it's a big thing for Joe to step away, but I suppose when you have 2 sons involved, you might want a break. And for Broadford, Paddy Meehan's been a breath of fresh air. But what Broadford have, Paddy Meehan has, and that's heart. That's the one thing you'll get from Broadford. They're never beat. Doesn't matter who they play. They show respect to the opposition, but they don't be in awe of anybody on.
Yeah, let's talk to the danger men. Niall Farrell was probably the standout forward for Broadford in that opening round. Really led the line well. Top scorer, free taker as well. He'll be an important asset for them up front again, won't he? Massive,
absolutely massive asset. And look, they have one of my favourite young up-and-coming hurlers in Owen Gunning. I mean, there's nothing he can't do, whether it is centre-back, corner-back or centre-forward. Hopefully, I think he might be in injury difficulty. Hopefully he's not, because he's massive for Broadford.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, the likes of Paddy Donlan, who's a great man marker in that opening round as well. They have some key players in key positions that you'd have to say, will really, really be impressive. And a couple of other players that, like Diarmuid Maloney back from Australia this year, is a big throw-in. Donny Whelan, who didn't play the opening round, and Paddy referenced him in his post-match as well, was a big loss. I think he lost out the night before. He's another one coming back into that forward line, and they could do with more variety there, couldn't they?
Yeah, and he's a man who knows how to raise the green flag. You give Donny a chance, he needs half a sniff, he'll take that opportunity. But going back to what you started with, Paddy Donlan, so impressive in the opening round, because Clooney Quinn, they played Ryan Taylor in the inside line, which now I thought was strange myself. An all-star kind of midfielder or third midfielder, whatever you want to describe it. But they put him in at the inside line. It was obviously part of their plan. They had to negate it after 45 minutes because he did not literally get a puck of a ball off Donlan. Donlan was just followed him everywhere and resolute. One of these defenders that gets out to the ball first, backs himself to have that first touch. He's not standing off the defender. He's going full bald-headed for the ball, and you got to love that in a cornerback. Yeah,
just Tony, you mentioned them already, but the 2 Cahill brothers in particular, Garrod has really, really matured, I felt, in the last 12 months, and Diarmuid is a real handful as well. They're 2 big asses, along with Garrod Kelly, you'd have to say.
Absolutely, and look, I do feel for Diarmuid Cahill, especially because he's a champagne hurler, but because of his size and stature, you're competing with a Shane O'Donnell and a David Reedy, players of that ilk to get in, and you can't have 6 Shane O'Donnells in a forward line. As much as it sounds spectacular, it just wouldn't work. So I do feel for Diarmuid. He's an outstanding talent. He knows where the posts are, and I'm sure Broadford will be designating someone to pick up Dermot anyway.
Yeah, well, the teams are just starting to line out here, and just having a look down to it, it is Garrod Cahill who's going to be midfield with the aforementioned Garrod Kelly. So two big guns. I don't know if they're going to remain there, but they're certainly going to start there and there's a bit of needle going on between the teams here.
You love that needle on.
Well, I'm not playing anymore, thankfully. And O'Leary is ready to throw in the ball. He's just waiting for the last few Broadford defenders to get back into their positions. And we're ready to go here. And immediately, O'Leary, well, he saw something there. I wasn't too sure, Derek, but...
I didn't even know he'd the ball through it, but he's given the free.
Well, it is a free, and it's Garrod Kelly. It's an opportunity for him. He has a fairly sizable breeze at his back here for Corofin, so he shouldn't have any problem with distance, that's for certain, and he seems to be dead centre in front of the goals here. So let's see what he can do with this one. We expect him to put it over. He does indeed, and it's the first score, and we're only 30 seconds into this tie, but it's already Corofin that get that little bit of a confidence booster at the start. Garrod Kelly with the free ball immediately poked out here down that left wing, and Broadford pick it up, and it is the aforementioned Dermot Maloney that sends that ball in there, and Donny Whelan looks to be under it for a second. I thought he had it. The ball sprays out. That's going to be a little bit short, and perfectly kept in there by Liam Corbett. He gets that ball away to Garrod Cahill, and Garrod just lets the wind do the work. He's after letting loose that ball. It's gone all the way down towards, that looked like Kevin Keane for a second, but it's Owen Donlan with a very, very impressive game against Clooney Quinn that gets that ball away. It's a little bit helter-skelter so far.
The breeze is very strong on. You could see it there with Garrod Cahill's clearance. I mean, he was on the edge of inside his own 21, and he landed inside the opposition 21. So it's going to be a massive factor for Corofin. They're going to have to make hay while the sun's shining, and it is shining.
Well, the sun is shining and the wind is blowing, and that's a good old August evening here. And here goes Garrod Cahill. He puts in a great ball inside there, and look where Conor Lean is. And Conor Lean gets that ball off to Dermot Cahill. And Dermot Cahill, just sends it to the right and wide. It was an opportunity for them to go too clear. It's first wide for Corofin, but a great piece of work. I suppose interesting to see Conor Lean at full forward. I know he was carrying an injury, but it's an unusual position to see him there.
It is the best cornerback in Ireland in 2024. But look, when you can hurl, you can hurl anywhere. Yeah,
and the All-Ireland winner will certainly provide a handful for Owen Donlan. That is a jewel to watch, but in the meantime, it's Donny Whelan. We already mentioned him. He's trying to get a shot away, but that's some great defending. Not good enough, says Owen O'Leary, because Donny Whelan does earn a free, and it's an opportunity now for Niall O'Farrell to hopefully open Broadford's account.
Yeah, when the ball went inside, Whelan gathered it beautifully with his first touch. I watched Don O'Leary, the hand went up for advantage. Donny obviously spotted that out of the corner of his eye and did the clever thing. When you have an advantage, take the shot on, you know you're getting the ball back, and chance for Broadford now to settle. 3 minutes in, playing into this wind, this will be a big enough score, even though it's early doors.
Yeah, good score, no big supporting the terrace to deal with, not even a clap from the few sitting behind there, but Liam Corbett meanwhile is going to get things underway. Let's see how he gets on with the wind. Limits it past the 45 at least, and that's where Garrod Cahill is. His beautiful control. He's got a perfect offload to his younger brother Dermot. Dermot's going to go all the way through. It's a lovely, timely hook. Looked to be perhaps, it was Pádraig Taylor, the captain. It was a brilliant hook at the perfect time because Dermot Cahill was raiding towards goal.
Yeah, lovely long boom into clearance from O'Connor in goal, and dropping it down. Plucked it from one Cahill, popped it to another Cahill, and I actually saw the net bulging, but in fairness to Taylor, in with a hook. One of the most unheralded skills in hurling on is the hook, and executed properly, it can really break a forward's heart, and Taylor certainly broke Corofin hearts with that piece of brilliance.
Yeah, and Garrod Cahill was just blocked down, but he managed to win the line ball. I actually met his father Joe on the way in, and he's after a knee operation. He seems to have trimmed up a lot, and I said give him another 2 weeks, and he's after crutches now. Another 2 weeks he could be running.
You booked yourself a knee operation, so to trim down you have.
Well, if that does it, I'd have both knees done by now. Look at that already. Conor Lean, and I mentioned Owen Donlan going to have a right old duel here, but meanwhile, and that's unlucky from Kevin Keane. He's after putting that ball wide, but all the attention was on Conor Lean, who was hit the ground before a ball even came in, and immediately pucked out here. That is a perfect puck out towards Keane Mulqueen, and he gets down there. It's off to Niall O'Farrell. Niall O'Farrell has a small bit of space. He strikes over the shoulder. He's going to strike it over the bar as well. That's a beautiful score. Broadford's first from play, and a really, really simple one. McQueen in the middle found space to find O'Farrell and over the bar. It's a simple game, Derek.
Absolutely. Now, Corofin, should have been pressing on the puck out, shouldn't be allowing it quick, and definitely with the wind, Broadford against the wind, you shouldn't be allowed them getting away short. They did allow it, and the midfielder picked out the lovely pass, and O'Farrell split the posts.
Well, Damien O'Loughlin got that puck out and he gave it a perfect ball to Conor Lean. Conor Lean won it, but the accuracy wasn't there for Conor Lean.
And on loose on the puck out, and straight away Broadford into possession, and that's something Corofin have to do. They can't be allowing Broadford get out so easy, because the ball's going to end up with the likes of Niall O'Farrell and Whelan in the full forward line, and it's only trouble then.
Well, Niall O'Farrell did win it, but he just wasn't able to control it. But it's Darren Chaplin now, and Darren Chaplin's going to have a go. It's an acute angle. Will he get the score? No, he doesn't. Some power left us in suspense, but eventually said they're not happy that Owen O'Leary isn't letting this play go. It's a frenetic start to the game, but we're still only 2 points to 1 in favour of Broadford, it must be said, because they're playing against the conditions. They'll be very, very happy here, the likes of Ger Hickey and Paddy Meehan. That's a brilliant ball out, but it goes all the way to Darren Chaplin. Darren Chaplin intercepts. He's after hitting a wide a couple of seconds ago, and hits it to the other side of the post. This time around, a second wide in a row for Darren Chaplin. He won't be happy with that one. Liam Corbett this time unleashes it much further down. He's looking inside, and Owen Donlan's going to beat Conor Lean to this one. Donlan gives it back to Cian O'Brien, who had a number of impressive saves in that opening round. Most of them, I must admit, from Dannon Fox. Killian McGrory does enough there to get that ball away, and it's off to Garrod Kelly. He offloads the ball, and well, that's good thinking from Corofin. They managed to get the ball away to Killian O'Connor. He was on the panel in 2024 for Clare's All-Ireland. That's why, because he's after striking that one from his own 65 and striking it successfully over the bar.
Yeah, Sean, he's forward, how it's done. They've had a couple of wides in a row. Give it back to the centre-back. I'll split the post, he said him, and by God did he. Yeah,
Pádraig Taylor immediately getting that one down, and it's unsurprisingly looking for O'Farrell, and O'Farrell was taken out of it by Damien O'Loughlin, and O'Farrell already, Derek, is really showing what a handful he's going to be for this Corofin defence.
He's a handful on. We saw him up close and personal playing for Ard School Reach against Tulla, that famous Tulla victory that we all loved, and he's been a coming star for many a year. Great free taker, like he's in the 90% rate, and that's what you want in your free take.
Yeah, I suppose in the absence of Stefan McMahon, who was on the county panel for a couple of years, he's away at the moment, and Niall O'Farrell has really stepped up to the mark in terms of leadership. Still a very, very young man, but he's got a Broadford's third point so far, and they do lead by 3 points to 2. We're 7 minutes gone, and looks like Conor Lean has come a little bit further out the field. He won't be able to prevent that going out for a line ball, which is going to go Broadford's way. Johnny Healy on the line here from Smith O'Brien's. And it's an opportunity now for Broadford to try and clear their lines. And it's Davy Boland. Davy Boland strikes that down, looking for a little bit of space. It is a great take from Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor looks for O'Farrell, and O'Farrell is again going to be tackled.
And in the back there, surely.
Yeah, and Donny Whelan this time. And if it's not O'Farrell, it's Whelan. And Whelan's after winning his second free. And it just shows that it's his first start of the championship. But what an important asset he is to this Broadford line as well.
Absolutely massive. But every time the ball's going into the inside line, it's trouble for Corofin. And like, I know it's early doors and you do have a win, but surely you have an all-star corner back playing up here in the half-forward line. They're under pressure with that wind. I'd be dropping Conor Lean back, and I'm making this a tight contest, but I'm not the Corofin manager, thankfully, says you.
Yeah. Well, less said about that, the better. We're about 8 minutes in here, and Niall O'Farrell is looking like, oh, yes, he does get it. It was the goalkeeper that panicked just there for a second. Broadford get their 4 point, and it's a 4 point for Niall O'Farrell. 3 of those have come from a free, so Liam Corbett has to try and break that little bit of momentum that Broadford have built up. Again, he looks for Lean, but he doesn't find Lean, and it's Paddy Donlan instead that picks up possession. And here's the new man, Mikey Vaughan. He's after making his debut against Clooney Quinn the last day. Oh, that's cut out by Killian McGrory. Needs to be tidied up though, because Donny Whelan is lurking there, and he seems to have the ball, but illegally, says Owen O'Leary, and it's going to be a free out for Corofin.
He's a real handful, Whelan, though. He doesn't give up on any. There's no such thing as a lost cause with these Broadford forwards, and that what impresses me most about them. It's their work rate on, their incessant drive to get on that ball and make life difficult for defenders. Don't be giving them big booming clearances with that wind.
Killian O'Connor with the free. He's going to drive it down into the corner. That's going to just beat Kevin Keane. It's an opportunity for Damon Canary to get it out. Gives it off to to Keane O'Brien, who was under a little bit of pressure there, and that's probably the reason why, but it's a perfect pass when you look at it, because Darren Chaplin has it, and he's a small bit of space. He's got away from Killian McGorry. Oh, does Dermot Maloney spot what he's doing? He does. Dermot's just back from Australia. He got a goal last time out. He's after getting an looks like the umpire changed his mind. Yeah, he's changed his mind.
One umpire thought it was over, I thought it was over, so... But anyway...
Your angle wouldn't be the greatest, though, Derek. I must say, to be totally honest, it's the third wide for Darren Chaplin, it must be said. So
neither is my eyesight, but sure.
Now, this time he does find Lean, Corbett does, and he's not able to get the pass away, though, because Broadford are hunting in backs here. Dermot O'Brien finds Dermot Maloney, and he centres it for Shane Taylor. It would be a great score if it goes over. It'd only be Broadford's second from play. It's a brilliant score.
Score the
Shane
game on.
Taylor.
Absolutely score the game.
There's an intricate piece of work from Dermot O'Brien to Dermot Maloney. Centred it for Shane Taylor, and suddenly it's 5 points to 2.
And it was all ball to hand on, crisp, sharp, incisive passing. Eye of the needle stuff from Broadford here, and that's what you need to be doing against that wind, is working it through the lines. And so far Broadford just seem to want it more on. They're first to every ball, and their use of the ball is far, far better.
This time it's another attempt from Darren Chaplin. He could do it getting on the score, but this stage he's after hitting a fourth wide, unfortunately for him.
If at first you don't succeed on.
Yeah, well, he's not afraid to try anyway, that's for certain. But great work from Owen Donlan at the back. Corbett goes again, but it doesn't look like he's going to be successful at finding a Corofin player this time either, because that's where Mikey Vaughan is. Vaughan only in his first year at that level, and he's under a small bit of pressure here, but does well to get that ball away to Owen Donlan. Donlan looking for O'Farrell, and it's a foot race between him and Killian O'Connor, and that's great stuff from Killian O'Connor. Strong, and the tackle managed to get the ball down towards Kevin Keane. This could be good if he can make hay. Damien Canary seems to be holding him. He gets the ball inside. Oh, can this be a goal? Oh, he rattles the net. It's an unbelievable goal. James Organ, the Clare under 20, took his time, a small bit of patience, and bang to the net, and it's a game changer.
Patience, I'd call it the coolest man in Park Kissogue, because Kevin Keane, in fairness, like a salmon, up to the heavens, leap into the clouds, plucked it down, and had the hurling IQ on to spot the man off his shoulder, precise hand pass, and then Organ took what seemed like an eternity, but he knew what he was doing and dispatched it with aplomb into the top corner. Huge score for Corofin. It's only a leveling score, like it's 5-1-2, but they needed that just for confidence and for a bit of momentum.
Yeah, and because they had the breeze as well, an important one for them, and he just wiped out all of Broadford's good work that they've been doing the last couple of minutes. Broadford seemed to be putting a bit of a chasm between themselves and Corofin, and with one fell swoop, it was Kevin Keane doing the donkey work for James Organ to score just as he did.
Doesn't it show, though, the nature of going long, and just letting that ball do the work into Kevin Keane, edge of the square, catches it, balls in the back of the net, 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're a traditionalist, Eric, I'll give you that. And many people wouldn't be talking about the +1 or and like that. You're a more hit it long and win your own ball.
Whatever wins on, I'll play +7 if it means winning.
Well, Owen O'Leary here is now talking to one of the hurley carriers, and he's telling him, well, I thought he was telling him to get out, but he doesn't seem to be moving too far. So
probably in order to hurley.
Well, there wasn't too many broken so far, and Liam Corbett hits it right down the centre. A bit of a push here on Gerald Kelly, and he certainly let him know about it, because he had the usual in the back. He wins a free. It's one that he's probably going to take himself, you'd imagine. So an opportunity. He scored after about 30 seconds here to open the scoring. Now it's an opportunity to level the tie.
Very, very good free taker, and I'd imagine he'll stroke this over easy peasy, and we'll be all square again after 13 and a half minutes.
Yeah, well, the sides have been levelled 3 times already. That's going to be a fourth. The sun in the umpire's eyes, just making him hesitate for a slight second, but no doubt about it. It's 1-3 to 6 points here. It's square for the 4th time. It's going to be a tight one all the way through, it seems. This time it's Corofin that intercept the puck out. Conor Lean had a couple of shuffles there before he got rid of the ball, but he finds Gerald Cahill, and Gerald Cahill's not short of legs, and here goes Organ again. Oh, he drops at the vital time. He had already thought about he
saw the net bulging.
He did.
He saw the net bulging, took his eye off the sliotar for that split second, and takes the point. But it was the defence had opened up like the Dead Sea there. It would really parted a golden opportunity, but we're level again. I think it's Corofin gone ahead,
and important score, even if he only took a point there. But for a second, it seemed like it was going to open up for a second goal. That would have been a really spectacular one. Only 2 minutes after scoring his opening goal, but now it's an opportunity for Broadford, and it's Diarmuid Maloney. Diarmuid Maloney's little flick seemed a little bit close. Owen O'Leary's not interested in it. He gives it off to Farrell. Farrell just makes a little bit of space here. It's gone wide, I think, yeah. It looked to be a little bit close to that post, and it's a 5th wide for Broadford. They won't be happy with that. It was an opportunity just to draw a level. But look, they're against the conditions, so they'll be content enough so far. That's a ball that went straight out to Gerald Kelly. It's picked up by Killian McGrory. He's looking to get away from a couple of defenders. He's certainly got the pace. He's on the Clare senior football panel. He's hit that a little bit long, you'd think. It's gone out over the line, and it's an opportunity missed for Corofin. A 4th wide for them. Cian O'Brien, meanwhile, gets the ball out to Damien Canary. He's got loads of space to work with. He's going to stay down this left wing. He's going to find Diarmuid Maloney. And Maloney was a talismanic forward for Broadford for many years. And now Damien O'Loughlin picks up the pieces, gives it off to Corbett. Corbett finds Gerard Cahill, who can be found at both ends of the field so far. And he hits a really, really long one. He knows who to hit it to as well, because Kevin Keane is again offloaded to Organ. It worked beautifully the first time. Can it work the second time? It can. It's a simple formula.
You were giving out to me about systems and +1s a minute ago. Didn't I tell you just go route 1, boom that ball down to Keane. He'll pluck it. He'll feed Organ, and then it'll bulge on.
A remarkable one. And you don't need an instant replay because it's the same goal as was there a couple of minutes
just
ago.
Just rewind if you're watching. You get to see it again.
And what an absolute super boost it was. Meanwhile, there's a free for Broadford, and they need to settle things down again, don't they?
But Corofin there now, Owen, when Organ got his first goal, the very next puck out, they gave away a free. Broadford stroked it over. This goal, they're after giving away a free again. You got to, it's a fantastic moment when you do raise that green flag. But it's next ball, it's straight away, it's reset, and Corofin need to be sharper than that. They're going to allow Broadford to bring it back to 3.
Well, they won't worry about it for a second, because they are 4 points clear all of a sudden, haven't been 3 points down at one stage. It's been a remarkable turnaround. Niall Farrell is looking to stop the rot here, and he does with a free, and it's an important score for Broadford just to get back on track and get in within striking distance of Corofin. There's only 3 points between the sides now. That's straight out to Killian O'Connor, and surprise, he's going to be looking for Kevin Keane this time. This time it's cleared out. It's Darragh Whelan that looks to be switched over on Keane to try and put a little bit of more physical edge in him, because he's after winning 2 crucial balls, offloaded both to James Organ, and the net is bulged twice. This time it's Gerald Cahill. He's going to go to the left corner. This time he's looking for Organ directly. But again, the Broadford defence clears up. It's Darragh Whelan that gets the ball out one-handed, but only gets as far as Conor Lean. He'll never get a better chance at opening his account for the championship. He does do that, and it's back to 4 points again for Corofin. A huge one, and a poor clearance, you'd have to say, Derek.
Sloppy clearance and punished. And look, if Conor Lean had missed that, I'd have been telling him get back to the back lines, because it was a tap over score. But Corofin will be delighted on, as you said, there were 3 down, and suddenly now, is it 5?
4
ahead,
up, yeah.
4 ahead. A massive turnaround for them. But look, they do have the wind. There's a long way to go yet. And Broadford are never beat one. That's one thing I can tell you.
Yeah, well, we'll see what queues up for the next score, because that ball is sent down. It looked to be Diarmuid Maloney that was going to win it, but he doesn't win it cleanly. And now there's a bit of a ruck forming. A lot of players converging around there, but it's Diarmuid O'Brien that gets the ball out of that ruck. He has a look inside, and he's looking for Donny Whelan. And if the Keane Organ combination is going to be good at one end, you can be damn sure that Whelan and Niall O'Farrell have something to answer at the other end. Donny Whelan getting off the mark here. He's brought it back to 3, and an important score for them. It's 2-5 to 8 points. That goal, the second goal in particular, just separating the sides. It's a puck out that
why is he going short with these puck outs when all the damage has been done? Now you have a chance. Let that into the edge of the square.
Well, it's like he heard you, Derek, because Killian O'Connor is going to strike that one, but that's not going to be on target at least. And Killian O'Connor has got him
shoot on. I told him drop it into the edge of the square.
Well, you want to get your communications a little bit better, because he misdrew that. They were going to wait for Cian O'Brien to hit out the ball, and Broadford still had that 2-man inside line if they could just get that ball in time, but we've seen what damage has been done at the other end between Kevin Keane and James Organ. And at the start, it was Conor Lean that we were concentrating on at the edge of the square, but it's the other two inside forwards that did all the damage. Now, Keelan O'Connor this time is dispossessed, and it's Niall O'Farrell that's half blocked. It's going to go in there. Wheel is not going to beat the ball, but he said it's a wide ball. A clash ball is a wide ball, I suppose, and Niall O'Farrell is down for that one. It's a sixth wide for Broadford. Still 5 to 8 points here. Not insurmountable for this Broadford team, especially against the conditions. They'll be still happy enough with how things have gone, but they won't be happy with some of the defending they've had. Here goes Diarmuid Cahill. Diarmuid Cahill. Oh yeah, he overcarried it. Just couldn't get that ball away, Derek.
More steps than a Fitbit on.
Yeah. Well, ours won't be moving too much here as we're standing up in the press box.
Mine is left at home forever after that trek from the bridge here.
Yeah. You certainly have built up the steps after running all the way from the bridge. Now, an opportunity for Niall O'Farrell. Now, this will be tricky because it's from his own 65 and it's against what is a sizable breeze, so we'll just be able to measure how stiff this breeze actually is. Waiting at the edge of the square will undoubtedly be Donny Whelan. He's certainly going to have the distance, but he doesn't have the accuracy. That just goes to the left and wide, and it's a seventh wide for Broadford. Ball is quickly poked out, and it's Gerald Cahill here. Gerald just gives it an absolute fonger down here towards James Organ. James Organ nearly seemed to got lost in the sun there for a second. Cian O'Brien just casually picking up that ball, even though there was a lot of attention on him. And now Broadford worked that ball out, but Power Taylor's under pressure here, and it's Gerald Kelly. Gerald Kelly has it 45 metres out, should be able to pot it from here. He's under pressure. He does get the ball away to Organ. He's got 2 goals, but Owen Donlan says you're not going to score anymore here. He hones in on him. He's going to have a second attempt. That's not going to reach the target either, but it's certainly going to get in around Kevin Keane. He got a little bit afflicted. Can he get a goal? What a goal! What a goal! It's the reverse this time. It's Organ to Keane. And what a goal that was. It was the touch though, Derek, to flick it back into his own path and then bury it. Brilliant.
I thought when he did take the touch, I said to him, so when he picked it, I said, I know he should have just whipped in it, pulled in it. But no, Kevin Keane knew what he was doing. Cool as you like. A lovely finish. 3 goals inside 21 minutes for the men in red, and huge for Corofin. Like, I had him written off here today. I won't lie. I thought Broadford would be comfortable enough victors, but Corofin have came to battle, and by God, they're battling on.
They are battling. Diarmuid Cahill not able to get another point on the board, but the picture of Derek Dormer in the dressing room will certainly have spurred them on a bit. He wrote them off, but they're not written off quite yet. It's 3, 5 to 8
a lot
points.
of dressing rooms these days.
6 points between the teams, and a brilliant lead for Corofin. You're surprised, Derek, because Broadford were so tight against what is a threatening team like Clooney Quinn, only let in their opening goal in the 68th minute. 3 here so far after about 20 minutes is just uncharacteristic for him. Yeah,
and just being undone by like 2 booming long balls into Kevin Keane. He plucked both, and we know what he did to Organ. And the third one, you kind of have to look at the full back. Like, the ball was spilled in, it was 1v1. Get out in front, or whatever you do, don't let the men make contact with the ball. And unfortunately, let Kevin Keane make contact more than once, and they're suffering now. And 3 goals, it's a nice lead on.
It is. Diarmuid O'Brien is looking to chip away at that lead, and that's a good score too. And it's one back for Broadford. They won't, as I mentioned earlier, they won't be panicking because they are against what is a sizable breeze here, and they have 9 points on the board. It's 9 scores to 8, but crucially 3 of those for Corofin have been goals. And goals are great currency, especially in this group too. And that's a great free one by Damien Canary. Strong in his convictions, lost to Hurley in the tackle, but it's a free out and a chance here for Paddy Donlan to clear his lines. Liam Donoghue would be delighted with this performance. They scored 18 points against Inagh Kilnamona, which was an impressive tally in itself. Here goes Donlan. Donlan hits it high in the air. It's going to be down towards Niall O'Farrell. Damien O'Loughlin managed to get a strike away, and it's Mikey Vaughan. Was it a throw? Owen O'Leary thinks so. It's going to be a free out. And a little bit of frustration here for Broadford, but Corofin will be happy with where they are. They are 5 points to the good here. We're just coming into the latter stages of the opening half, and Cillian O'Connor now is going to take a free It's high. It's inevitably high, and it's inevitably towards Kevin Keane. Kevin Keane this time parries it, looking towards Lean, and that probably should be a free out. It is. Lean just a little bit over zealous with the chop, and it's going to be a free out for Broadford.
Describing a chop on overzealous.
Now, Keane O'Brien made a number of great saves against Clooney Quinn, but was powerless to stop any of those against Corofin so far. He gets the ball as far as the opposition 65, but that's where Gerald Kelly is. Gerald Kelly does a complete 360, gives it back to Gerald Cahill, who's been instrumental all over the field so far, but this time not able to get that ball away. Dermot O'Brien finds Dermot Maloney. Maloney's looking for Donny Whelan. Donny Whelan parries it. This time it's going to fall to Niall O'Farrell, and Niall O'Farrell seems to be held,
hit, pulled, dragged, fouled unceremoniously on. I'd say if you could give 3 frees there, he'd take all 3 of them.
Well, he's only going to get the 1, but there might be a card attached as well, because it's possible that Cillian O'Connor here is about to be the first person booked in the game. He is indeed, and it's an opportunity here for Broadford just to chip away at that again and get it back to 4 points, which wouldn't be a bad position considering.
No, not with that wind, and the sucker punch of 3 goals. Now 3 quality finishes, and I mean, Kevin Keane's catch is just worthy of the admission fee alone. But Broadford will be happy enough, and they're chipping away and up to 10 points, and Corofin only scored 8 scores, but 3 of them happen to be 3 majors. That's the crucial factor. Yeah,
it looks like there's going to be a sub here for Corofin, which you'd have to say. Oh, that's going to be Shannon Kirby. Yeah, it looks like he's going to come on, but he's going to be a minute. We'll have another play before he makes his way onto the field. He's a very exciting young forward, again, in his first year at that level. Oh, there's a lot of pressure on here. Oh, low throw he's giving it for Gerard Hanahan. Looked to be doing okay there, but it is Shannon Kirby that's coming on. He's going to come on for Cian Doolan. But
ruthless management. 22 minutes in, your corner forward and touch the ball. Okay, you're coming off, son.
Yeah, but Kirby is, as I mentioned, a very, very exciting forward. So it's an opportunity here now.
Very good dual player as well. Quite an accomplished footballer. His father's from Dublin.
And here we go. It's Niall O'Farrell halfway. He had the distance from his own 65. So distance won't be a problem. Just see, can he get this on target? It would be a 3rd point in a row for Broadford if he did. It would be significant. He's certainly going to go very close, and it is over the bar, and it's a 3rd in a row for a 2nd in a row for O'Farrell, and a 3rd in a row for Broadford. And suddenly, Derek, the lead is back to 3.
Yeah, and 3 massive points. Like, they're only white flags, but when they're consistently being raised like that, you're chipping into that lead. And, after the concession of 3 goals, if you were Paddy Meehan and Ger Hickey there, you'd be quite happy with the response from your troops. Yeah.
Now, Liam Corbett, this is going to be really attacked, but what a catch from Gerard Kelly, and he always looks for Gerard Cahill. But that's a great interception from Cian Mulqueen, and now a bit of a scrap around the centre, but Dermot O'Brien has certainly influenced there in the last couple of minutes, and he gives it off to Dermot Maloney. Dermot Maloney to O'Farrell. O'Farrell's very far out because of that free. This time he was half hooked by Cillian O'Connor. The ball goes wide, and it's an opportunity missed for Broadford, but here goes Cillian McGorry. We're immediately back into the action. He finds Gerald Cahill. His marker's lost his hurley. Is this going to make it over the bar? Cian O'Brien is... Oh, what's going to happen here? Penalty! Oh, my goodness. We have seen some drama here. But Gerard Cahill was going for a point. Cian O'Brien just thought the best thing to do would be to bat it out. But who did he bat it to?
For some reason, he decided
who did he bat it to? But Kevin Keane.
The one man that you know is going to catch it. And then stood up. It's very easy to give that penalty. And, yeah, I mean,
you can hear.
There's not much more I can say about that. Kevin Keane is causing consternation.
You can hear the crowd, because that is going to be a real talking point at half time, because this could be a 4th goal for Corofin. Who would have thought it? But we are coming into the last couple of minutes of the opening half. Broadford had just got the lead back to the deficit back to 3. Here's Gerald Kelly. Goal! He scores. It's goal number 4. It puts the lead back out to 6. And just brilliant stuff. It's relentless down there, isn't it, Dirk?
It is, and like they can't get a grips with Kevin Keane at the edge of the square, and between Keane and Organ, huge damage, and this ball's broken side.
It's broken side to Dermot Maloney, and he's got a lot of space in front of him. He's going to try and pass it here. He's found Donny Whelan. Donny Whelan is held up. Donny Whelan catches it the second attempt. He gives it off. It's Cian Mulqueen. He gets a point.
Yeah, very important they got a score out of that because they had a goal chance. I think he gave the pass too early. Then Donny got wrapped up. But look, he used the brick flick to pass it out to the midfielder, split the post. And important to get that score after that goal on. Like, I mean...
But some good defending there from Corofin. They weren't going to allow a goal going in.
No. No holds barred defending is what I call that. And rightly so. If you four got one end, you don't want to be conceding another one down the other end. But yeah, 12 scores to 9, and yet Corofin have a 5-point lead.
They do indeed. All their 12 points have been knocked out by 4 timely goals. But here's Shane Taylor. He's already got one spectacular one. That one's going to hold up short on Liam Corbett. Look at that. Ole.
The coolest man in Park.
Ole from Liam Corbett, and he gets it perfectly down to Conor Lean. He's already scored. He's not going to add to his tally here because that was after going to the right and wide. But
you have to admire Corofin's aerial prowess. Their handling of the sliotar in the air has been quite impressive. They don't bring it to ground. They're plucking it fresh from the skies. And yeah, look, it's a dying art, and Corofin are making sure it is resurrected.
Absolutely. Well, we're going into injury time here. They don't want this half to end, Corofin. That's for certain.
Neither do we, because it's highly entertaining.
But there's 2 more minutes, you can be guaranteed. As Dermot Cahill this time, and again he goes high, again he looks for Keane, but this time it's overhit and it's just going to drift wide, and a relief for Broadford, who have been bombarded by the Keane element here. Corofin, unfortunately for them, that's their 8th wide of the half, but they won't be duly concerned because they have 4 majors to their name. Dermot Maloney this time pops up on the right wing. He tries to find Darren Chaplin, but Darren is surrounded, and it's Micheál Duffy that gets that ball down towards the square, and again Keane is successful, and Keane is successful in scoring. This man is having an absolute stormer.
He's keen on delivering a performance, is our Kevin, and by God he's delivering it.
You know it's going well when we can accept puns like that at this stage of the game. We're into the last minute here of the opening half, and what a half it's been. Here we go. It's going to be a foot race here. And it's Sean O'Brien that picks up possession. Sean is centred it for Killian McGrory. Now he's going to have 3 Broadford men around him, but manages to find that bit of space, and surprise, he's going to go along. This time it's down towards Organ, but Owen Donlan is very, very strong. He tries to lift it up with the 2 feet. Oh, there's a bit of a scrap here, and if the ball breaks inside, says Owen O'Leary, but like the danger there for Broadford. They all seem to be attracted to the ball.
All watching the ball. No one tracking runners. Heaps of space inside. If you're not tracking runners in the game, you're in trouble, on.
Yeah, and it was when they got to Cusick Park last year that Broadford had problems as well with Aina Kilnamona in that second half when they brought on Aidan McCarthy and really opened up the space to score a lot of goals against Broadford. It seems to be a nightmare reoccurring here, but let's see can Niall O'Farrell change that, because it's going to be the last play of the opening half, you'd have to say. But look at that, some stern defending from Corofin. They're not going to be beaten. The Hurleys are on the ground, but they're still not going to be beaten, and it's Micheál Duffy that's going to come away with this one. It is half time.
He should not have blown the whistle. We could have gone another 20, such was the entertainment.
I'm not sure my voice could take another 20 minutes, but
I would just let the cameramen show the highlights. We'd be fine.
Yeah, look, and you'd have to say Broadford played quite well. Going forward, they were scoring a lot. They were 3 points clear. Looked to be the better team for a lot of that, and suddenly the goals started coming.
Yeah, it rained Kevin Keane's goals, deliveries.
No
James
more puns,
Organ.
please.
Well, I'm not as good as you at them anyway, but look, Corofin will be absolutely delighted. Backs to the wall. Took a clipping in the opening round. Probably. And I mean this respectfully, most people's picks for the relegation, and yet they've come out here and got not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 majors in the first half, and they lead, like my math says 19-12. I could be wrong like that.
Yeah, time to go back to school, I'd say, for a little while. It's 18-12 here at half time, and what a fascinating half we've had. It's going to be in the second half where we're waiting. But for the moment here, it's Corofin that are 4, 6 to 12 points clear. And we'll look at the highlights and we'll join again in a few minutes' time.
I got that wow
Yeah, towards Keane Mulqueen, and he gets down there. It's off to Niall O'Farrell. Niall O'Farrell has a small bit of space. He strikes over the shoulder. He's going to strike it over the bar as well. Well, that's good thinking from Corofin. They managed to get the ball away to Cillian O'Connor. He was on the panel in 2024 for Clare. Dermot Maloney, and he centres it for Shane Taylor. Would be a great score if it goes over. It'll only be Broadford second from play. It's a brilliant. Damien Canary seems to be holding. He gets the ball inside. Oh, can this be a goal? Oh, he rattles the leg. It's an unbelievable goal. Jim O'Connell's not short the leg. And here goes Organ again. Oh, he drops it the right in time. He had already thought. Oh, but he just
saw the net bulge.
Keane is again offloaded to Organ. It worked beautifully the first time. Can it work the second time? It can. It's a simple formula. Stage. It's been a remarkable turnaround. Niall O'Farrell is looking to stop the rot here, and he does. It's Dara Whelan that gets the ball out one-handed, but only gets as far as Conor Lee. He'll never get a better chance of opening his account for the championship. He does do that. Organ combination is going to be good at one end. You could be damn sure that Whelan and Niall O'Farrell have some dancer at the other end. That's not going to reach the target either, but it's certainly going to get in around Kevin Keane. He got a little bit afflicted. Can he get a goal? What a goal! What a... O'Brien is looking to chip away at that lead, and that's a good score too. And can he get this on target? It would be a third point in a row for Broadford if he did. It would be significant. He's certainly going to go very close, and it is. Broadford have just got the lead back to the deficit back to 3. Here's Garrod Kelly Cole McQueen. He gets a point.
Yeah, very important. They got a score out of that because they had a goal chance. They didn't get the pass to
It's Mihal Duffy that gets that ball down towards the square, and again Keane is successful, and Keane is successful in And you're very welcome back here to Zimmer Biomet Park Easog. Broadford are back out in the field. They are eager to prove a point. Haven't now trailing by 6 points, and it looks like they've made a change as well because Craig Chaplin is on the field. He was their top scorer last year. He's back on. He's strapped up around his knee, but it doesn't mean that he's able to contribute here. And they're eager and ready to go. They probably got a bit of a grilling at half time to try and tighten up and perhaps use this breeze in the second half because they're going to have to utilise every single second of it. Derek, if you're the Broadford manager, what were you saying to him at half time to try and G him up a small bit?
After I'd broken about 14 hurleys off the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I suppose you can't really give out to him too much because playing into that wind, you know, they've hurled reasonably enough well. I suppose it's just tighten up in the full back line and don't be letting balls being caught primarily. Like, get it to the ground, get the block in, get the hurley in. Don't be letting Kevin Keane put the hand up.
Yeah.
I suppose, I don't want to advocate violence, but the next time his hand to go up, the hurley go with it.
Beautiful. And if that's the attitude, we'll be in for a long second half. But equally, Broadford here now will be trying to use this breeze and get that ball in because we've spoken already how dangerous inside this two-men full forward line of Donny Whelan and Niall O'Farrell are.
Yeah, and it'll be, I'd imagine the game will take a similar pattern. Broadford will go long and route one, and why wouldn't you? Corofin will probably slow things down, probably go short on most restarts and try and work it through the lines. It'll be a totally different, we'll say, shift in dynamics from the opening half. But what's important for Corofin is just to keep the scoreboard ticking over. Like, they have that 6 point lead, and it's a big enough lead one. I know it's a 5 or 6 point breeze, so I mean, maybe with 3-4 minutes to go, this game probably be level. Yeah, well, Owen O'Leary had to go in and persuade Corofin to come back out. They're leading by 6. They're in no great hurry to get this second half underway, but we're in for a fascinating second half here because Broadford are going to have to come out and go at this Corofin side. And what can Corofin do to counteract that? Surely he's going to wait for Corofin to get all their players in the field. He's actually not. And he's off he goes. And he said, we've waited long enough. Let's throw in that ball and get underway. Dermot O'Brien is trying to get the ball up, but it's a dangerous enough tackle there. He probably was I think it was more of a coming together one. I don't think he meant anything. There was no malice in it. No, but it's still got the player rather than the ball. And I think you're gone soft. Well, Diarmuid Cahill certainly isn't soft because he's after getting up there. Oh no, he's back down his knee for a second. Just going to wait there. You have to think of health and safety these days, Derek. Can't even spell those two words on, I'm afraid. Well, we had a free after about 10 seconds of the opening half. We've already got a stoppage here in the second half, and Broadford just want to get this going now and get a bit of flow to them. Yeah, and all the stoppages, I mean, Corofin will be delighted with that. And imagine any contact, all their players are going to go down. You know, they'll be eating into the clock. Paddy Donlan is here at halfway. He's launching it in towards the square, and that's just going to go harmlessly wide. Why didn't they bring Niall O'Farrell out to hit that? I mean, it's inside the halfway line. He wouldn't lack it for distance with that wind. Yeah, but it's an indirect free. Indirect free, so that unfortunately. I'll give you that. Okay, here we go. And Liam Carby this time is the sun in his eyes, as you can see there, as he put the hurley up to stroke as a bit of a visor. That's got a fair hit against it. It's got all the way to the far 65, but Shane Taylor is there. Shane Taylor is not afraid to get that ball inside, and look who's inside there. It's Niall O'Farrell, and Niall O'Farrell, he's surely going to get a free here. Can he get more? No, it's just stuck there. He's going to get the free. Not a penalty, no? No, I think he was outside, but Owen O'Leary will certainly have a look at it, but that's much better from Broadford. They knew where exactly to put that ball inside. It's going to be a free for Niall O'Farrell, but he was hoping for a green flag. He's surely going to just take a white one just to get things moving in the second half. There's 6 points adrift, but they'll be hoping to at least put it down to 5. You'd hardly advocate going for this one, Derek, so early, would you? I'm adventurous on, but I'm not stupid. Tap it over. Well, let's see if he takes your advice. He certainly does, and Niall O'Farrell gets his second half account underway. It's a 9th point for Niall O'Farrell. It's a 7th free for him. He's been their top scorer by far because no other player on the team has got more than 1 point. Much different to Corofin, who have been raining goals in the opening half. Sean O'Brien is under pressure here, but he just manages to win a free. And a little bit of relief for Corofin. Yeah, a soft one too. I wouldn't have been surprised if Owen O'Leary had given the free the other direction for holding on to the ball too long or carrying or steps, whatever we want to call it. But I think it was a bit fortunate Corofin getting the free there.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot tougher for Cillian O'Connor to find Kevin Keane this time. He's certainly going to be further out the field if he's going to do it. Two Broadford players attack that one. It falls perfectly for Gerald Cahill, and certainly one man that you don't want to get on the ball is Gerald Cahill. And surprisingly enough, it's Gerald Cahill's first score of the afternoon, and a perfect time to do so, just to open up Corofin's account for the second half. 4-7-13. It's as you were at half time. There's 6 points between the teams. We're only 3 minutes in, and now Owen Donlan has the ball. He plays it down the right here to Pádraig Taylor. Pádraig Taylor back to Donlan, but a little bit of pressure here. They're doing undue pressure, and they're not holding the ball too much at the moment. Paddy Donlan, it's all pressurised stuff from Corofin. And Broadford are playing a dangerous game here at the back. And again, it's Darragh Whelan gets it away one-handed. Now Shane Taylor. Now we're into the scoring zone. Darren Chaplin gets it back to Pádraig Taylor. Pádraig Taylor lofts one in towards the square. That's again towards O'Farrell. But look where Corbett is. Great goalkeeping. Positive goalkeeping, but he doesn't do so well there. Donny Whelan lets fly. But luckily enough that Cillian O'Connor was there to clean up. He manages to get that ball away to Damien O'Loughlin. A good shoulder there by Niall O'Farrell. But again, Corofin showing some composure there. It's Killian McGrory gets it off to Gerald Kelly, and Gerald Kelly looked to be fouled. And it's going to be a free out to Corofin. And
yeah, they've shown composure there on. And in fairness, you know, they've come out with a game plan in the second half. I mean, Cillian O'Connor is like, I don't know, is he playing the sweeping role, but he's definitely sitting 6, you know, he's holding his position there central. Broadford are dragging players out the field. Obviously that's the plan, to create space inside for O'Farrell, which will be the move, but yeah, Cillian O'Connor sitting back in the pocket, shall we say, and he's not going to allow that ball to be sent in directly to Farrell easily.
Yeah, and it's Paddy Donlan that gets that ball momentarily away, and it's Darragh Whelan again. This time he gets the free, and it's a free out, and this is going to be taken quickly by Paddy Donlan. You'd imagine they want to get things moving here. They haven't made any inroads into the deficit so far in this second half. So we're 5 minutes in there already. Plenty of time, of course, but they're going to have to just get a little bit of inspiration here. Paddy Donlan does get it all the way down to the full forward line, does get it down to O'Farrell. This time it breaks off to Donny Whelan, and Donny Whelan, he's got his hurley held, he's got at least got a free. He's going to have a pot for the point anyway from play. He's not going to get it because he hit it wide, but he's going to get the free, and Niall O'Farrell should be able to put this over. And Corofin have been quite cynical at one end. You know, we saw it in the first half. They closed things down fairly fast. They prefer to give away the free than the goal, and maybe that's something that Broadford could have learned in that opening half.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a bit of cynicism on. It's there's no law. There's no law against it. Like
there kind of is. Well, there's freeze.
But you can flout these rules, like, you know.
Here we go. Niall O'Farrell, he's 40 metres out. So let's see if he can score point number 10 for him. He does, and it's greeted by a handful of claps really, but they know they want more. It is back to 5. It's a start, but they have a lot more to do if they're going to get right back into this game. As we mentioned, both of these teams lost their opening round. This is a crucial game to try and get back on their feet and be facing upwards for that last round game against one of the big guns of this group. Craig Chaplin is making his presence felt there, and he even gets the line ball for good measure, and I know Craig can hit these ones. So if I were the Corofin defence, and I can see Gerald Cahill making his way backwards there, he knows that Craig Chaplin can hit him, and he certainly did there. He flicks it all the way through, but astutely, it's Gerald Cahill that picks up the ball.
He up with yourself, Gerald Cahill. He followed your instructions.
He did, and he managed to get the ball off to Shannon Kirby, and he doesn't get that ball away too easily. And Pádraig Taylor, but he does do a lot of hassling on Pádraig Taylor, the captain. Taylor still has it. He gets it away to Paddy Donlan. Paddy Donlan gets it away to Dermot O'Brien. Dermot O'Brien has already scored. He could do it a second point. This will bring it back to 4, but no, it goes to the right and wide, and Broadford's second wide.
You have to admire Corofin's work rate on. I mean, here they're not allowing Broadford any easy deliveries, any easy shots at the target. They're hunting in packs, swarming as a group, and, you know, work rate, you can't beat work rate on. Yeah,
but I suppose, look, they'll never get a better chance of getting a championship victory. They had 3 losses in the regular group stage last year. Started off with a 26-point defeat to Kilmaley, so getting a win of any kind would be crucial here. And it's Niall O'Farrell that's looking to change that. He wants to put the picture back on, and what a goal!
What a goal!
He manages to slip the ball through without nothing. Niall O'Farrell has sparked Broadford into life here. Oh my goodness, that's a game changer, Derek.
That's just sheer, utter genius on the finish. You couldn't legislate for what he did, picking it up outside. We all knew he was going to go for goal. I thought he'd take a few more steps and open the shoulders. No, this was like Tiger Woods putting in the Masters. Just bang, back of the net.
Well,
what a goal.
He has put the kibosh on Corofin's lead because it's back to 2 and he's down again, and it's Niall O'Farrell. Can he even get more bounty out here? This time he hits the ball back to Dermot Maloney. Dermot Maloney can make it a 1-point game. He does. This is Turley. It's game on now because Dermot
Maloney. More
Maloney.
than a clap there from the crowd.
They've suddenly come to life, Broadford, in the stands and on the field, and it's suddenly Corofin that are under the pressure because they only lead by 1 and they're against a fairly substantial breeze. Pádraig Taylor bats that ball, but Gerard Kelly showing his leadership for the side, and here's a great foot rest between Conor Lead. What a pickup that was. He lost his hurley, he managed to flick it into his hand, and here goes that man Organ. He's already got 2-1 in his name. He gets it out to Shannon Kirby. What can he do? He's surrounded by, look at how many green and gold shirts are there. Craig Chaplin off the hurley. This is champagne stuff at both ends of the field. Shane Taylor, can he get a score? He's already got 1. No, he's not going to add to it here. That's after going wide.
If that had gone over now, it's just time to go home.
Yeah.
Because the action is just really ratcheted up here. Like, this is what you come to watch. This is club championship. This is do or die stuff on you. You got to love it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was going to be a line ball here. We were able to catch a breath for a second there. It is 4-7 to 115. There were 6 points between the teams at half-time. Broadford have brought it back to 1, and we're only coming to the 2/3 mark of this game. Sean O'Brien lets that ball flick through his hands. It's come to O'Farrell. There's normally only one result, and this time it isn't that result. It's gone wide.
You cursed him on.
I did.
You did. Commentators cursed.
Yeah, well, he's certainly highlight of the second half so far.
It's crucial there now for Broadford, like, just to settle back down. They've done the hard bit. They've brought themselves back into the game. Don't be letting adrenaline fuel your decision making. You know, get back to just hurling.
Well, O'Farrell has scored 1-3 in the second half. It's brought his tally to 1-11, and he couldn't ask for much more from that. This time Broadford don't get it, and it's Kevin Corrie that suggested it's a Corofin line ball. Killian McGorry is going to take his time here just to settle Corofin again. They just need to get back.
They've only the one score in the second half, Corofin. 1 point in 10 minutes, is it?
Yeah.
Do you know, that's not enough on. Broadford kept the scoreboard ticking against that wind.
Yeah, well, Gerard Kelly's going to try and rectify that. He certainly gets that ball down. Kirby's got the pace. There's no doubt about that. Has he got the control? Not immediately, you'd have to say. And a Broadford team without the talents of Owen Gunning are certainly going to make him away. Oh, that's a great block, though. And Killian O'Connor has had a very measured game so far. He gets that ball up. He was looking for Kevin Keane, but that's overhit. It's going to go through all the way to Dara Whelan. Dara Whelan this time gets it out to Craig Chaplin, who is seemingly everywhere after coming on there at half-time. Now, Mikey Vaughan, he goes for the high option. O'Farrell is adept at that as well, but this time not able to get his hands on the ball. Or is he? He is. He's illegally sailed, so, and he goes down there. It's a free. It looks like it's going to be a potential equaliser here, and O'Farrell is indicating that he might be injured. So, and perhaps a booking here for Damien O'Loughlin as well.
Maybe a booking for persistent fouling, maybe, because there was not much in that. Joe Hickey let a roar, ref, and as soon as he let off the roar, O'Leary must have heard him, because the whistle went, and chance for Broadford to level it up. Just 11 and a half minutes into the second half. You coming out of that Broadford dressing room at half time, and you were told you'd be level within 12 minutes. By God, you'd love that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you'd have to say, what a start for Niall O'Farrell. I know he was their top scorer in the opening half with 8 points, but 1-3 on the board in the second half. And
he was watching me break all them hurleys in his dressing room, you see. He knew he had to come out and deliver.
Yeah, well, he's certainly doing that. And just getting a bit of water here. Time and opportunity then to level up the tie. Now, what can O'Farrell do here? Because it was level 4 times early on, and then suddenly the goal started to hit. Mikey Vaughan is looking for even more, but O'Farrell showing his little bit of experience now, and he's going to put this one over the bar. O'Farrell does pot it, and it is level. Would you believe it? Broadford have wiped out Corofin's 6-point half-time deficit in just 12 minutes of the second half. Now, what's the next twist to this already seesaw game? Liam Corbett looking for a little bit of inspiration from Corofin, and James Organ is there as well, and that ball falls out of the hands of Paddy Donlan. There's a bit of a scrap there. Both teams are looking for a free, but Paddy Donlan does pick it up and he gives off to Damien Canary, and there's going to be, and he sees a slap there, and there's going to be perhaps another booking for Corofin here because it's a free out for Broadford.
Corofin might want to look now at their bench. They need some legs here around the middle third one. They're losing that battle for possession, be it a ruck or be it the breaking ball. They're just not getting on it quick enough like they were in the first half. They seem to be in trouble in here in the middle third, and the Corofin management would want to be thinking about making a change, because if Broadford hit the front, there's only one way their lead is going to go, and that's keep increasing, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, for this free that O'Farrell is going to take, interesting enough, Paddy Meehan roared for Shane Taylor to go to the edge of the square, because if this drops short, I can guarantee you Shane Taylor's another man that can catch it and put it to the net, and what a game changer that would be. Anyway, it's an opportunity for Niall O'Farrell to put Broadford back into the ascendancy. They haven't done so since conceding those goals. Here he goes, he's just outside his own 45, he's going to have the distance, doesn't have the accuracy, it stays level. Here we are coming up to the 3/4 mark here. We're just a minute shy of that, and it's all to play for. The teams are level, and that puck out just goes out of the hand of Killian O'Connor. It is won by Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor gets off to Darren Chaplin. Darren Chaplin takes his time, gives it to Dermot O'Brien. Dermot O'Brien has just hit that to the left and wide as well.
Oh, and my issue with restarts and stuff. But in club hurling, you cannot be going short to the cornerbacks or even to 6, or if he pulls out. If you're going to go long, it has to be to 5 and 7. It's just, you're just inviting danger all day long, and it's not working for Corofin.
Well, Corofin have been inviting danger all this second half, and it's Dermot O'Brien this time. Instead of shooting, opts to go over the top. He's looking for Dermot Maloney. Dermot Maloney got a point just a few minutes ago. Can he get a second one? That would be a massive score, because it would put Broadford back into the lead, and it is Dermot Maloney that gets it. Broadford have really made a superb start to the second half. It's a complete change of tack, because they've outscored Corofin by 1-5 to 1 point in this third quarter, which is just finished. Now, what can Corofin do? Because they've only scored that Garrow Cahill point, and look at that now, the ball is loose. They're starting to lose their composure, but Damien O'Loughlin has it. Can he get it up into the hurley? Because Broadford are ravenous, and O'Farrell is ravenous, and he gets that ball away. Oh, seems to be held. Mikey Vaughan gets it inside. There's surely going to be a free or something.
At least, and maybe more, because O'Farrell was definitely taken out of it, and Corofin were incensed with the initial challenge. I felt there was nothing wrong with it. I think they've played themselves into trouble on going short and restarts, going across the field. I mean, you're playing into the wind. You're trying to. We have a bit of sparks. Yeah,
and he's going to his umpires here, because he's probably wondering what exactly happened. There's so much going on at the moment. There's faction fighting all over the field here. Corofin just need to get a bit of composure, and you can hear Liam Dunhu just down below us here trying to do that. He's saying, come on, saying to the leaders, we need to get our head in the game here. We need to get our heads up and try and get back into this game, because this is slipping away from them all too easily, and we spoke about what an advantageous position they were in at half time.
And it's a lack of composure on. It's not a lack of drive. I can hear the Corofin management driving them on, but like, sometimes the adrenaline can fuel you too much, and you need to just be composed. This faffing about with the slitter, and you're playing into a wind and all the momentum with the opposition. Clear your lines, get it up into the other half of the field. They've just invited trouble onto themselves, and I just for me, there's only one outcome. I think Broadford are going to pull away here in the closing 14 minutes.
Well, you won't be thanked for that from the Corofin side of things. If you're listening from a Corofin perspective or watching,
you want me out in every dressing room with dartboards.
Here we go. It's Niall O'Farrell. He has the chance to put him too clear, and he does. And Niall O'Farrell is continuing his massive start to the second half. It's 1-6 to a point so far in the second half.
Give him player of the match, you would.
Well, we'll wait. There's a few more twists to come. Where's the Kevin Keane, James Organ factor on the other end? If they could even get the ball past halfway at this stage, it would be an achievement for Corofin. They're just under so much pressure. Here we go. It's Mikey Vaughan. He gets the ball away, and he's looking for Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor has it, and look outside. If he sees Darren Chaplin here, Shane Taylor shrugs off a challenge, wins the free, and you can hear there's even high fives here. It's gone It's all Broadford, Derek. It's all Broadford.
Corofin have completely lost their shape and everything on. When that ball was sent in, there must have been 35, 40 yards of space in front of the Broadford full forward line. And you're playing into Gale. How have you not bodies back defending the D? It's Corofin are completely, at the moment, leaderless. They need a leader. They need someone out in the field to grab this game and settle everything down. It's only heading in one direction on.
Yeah, there's Niall Farrell again that does the punishing. He's already got 112 to his name, and that make that 113 because he has been the dominant force here for Broadford, and Broadford have been the dominant force in this second half to completely turn around. Corofin are actually knocking their own players down now at this stage. And look at that, they just cannot catch a break. As I mentioned, they can't even get it out. And look, there's an injury here for Kevin Keane, who had made his way out to halfway, but that was his own man, Conor Lean, that they clashed with. So it'd be a big loss if Kevin Keane isn't able to continue, considering the influence that he had in that opening half. But he certainly took a hit there, as did Lean, because Lean is a little bit winded here as well. And Liam Donoghue doesn't want to see two of his better protagonists going down like this. There's going to be a tension here for Kevin Keane. He's going to battle on, but he's already hobbling. It could be as much as a dead leg, perhaps. Now, they need a break. They need to get the ball out of here, and it's Gerard Cahill is trying to assess his options. He is looking up, and he's saying, I'm going to have to go along here, and he does go along. The ball is over the top, and it's looking for James Organ, but Damien Canary picks it up. He's going to have a bit of issue here himself to try and get that ball away. There's a bit of a scramble, and it's Conor Lean that does pick up the ball. He's in the left corner. Now, what can he do? He's sidestepping tackles, gets it off to James Organ. James Organ gets into the centre, but there is no one there in a red and white jersey. And again, instead, it's Broadford that get it away. Oh, that's a great tackle, though, must be said. Oh, and it's going to be a free, and that's some great work from Gerard Hanrahan. Gerard Hanrahan does win a free, and it's a battle one for him because Corofin have not scored since the 32nd minute, and we're now entering the 50th. So that's 18 minutes ago. They need a score badly just to try and resurrect something here, because, and you can hear it from Liam Donoghue down below.
Yeah, you can hear him. He's trying to drive his troops on, and you know, look, they were 6 up. They're 3 down now on, and they've completely been outplayed and outfought and out-taught really for this second half. And look, a crucial free here for Gerard Kelly. I'd imagine he'll nail it, and hopefully they can get a bit of momentum and bring us down to the stretch.
Well, he's going to strike it. Yes, it is, and it's a much needed score. As I mentioned, it's been 18 minutes since they last scored, but Corofin are still there for all the Broadford dominance in the second half. There's still only 2 points between the teams as we head into the final 10 minutes. What can happen here? Paddy Donlan hits it down towards Shane Taylor, and Shane Taylor kind of puts it on for himself. Looked like his hurley was held, but he's not going to get that out of it at the moment. It's Darren Chaplin. Darren Chaplin centres it across. Again, it's Gerard Hanrahan that's there. Oh, this time doesn't get it up cleanly, and Broadford are there. Oh, if he can get away here. Oh, Mikey Vaughan's lost his hurley. What can his soccer skills do? Oh! Is it a goal?
It is.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know. You're definitely old enough to remember Nicky English doing it for Tipperary.
Yeah.
But by God, I think if Avenue United were here, or Bridge United and the Market Celtic, they'd be signing him up. Cool, calm, collected, job done for Broadford.
Yeah, I went through the net and everything like that. Nicky who? Yeah, unfortunately I do remember it. Oh, what a goal though and what a tonic for Broadford. It's just been brought back to 2. It's now out to 5 points, and is that going to be the crucial score? He lost his hurley. We worried would he be able to even reach the target. No problem with that. He just nestled it in the left corner, and suddenly Broadford are the ones 5 clear. This has been a remarkable turnaround. They were 6 points down at half time, an 11-point turnaround since. And Gerard Kelly does manage to chip away.
There's footballers in East Clare 2-1.
There is. No doubt about that. Now, let's move away from Bridge Celtic for a moment, because Keane O'Brien gets that ball out, gets it back from O'Donnell, and surely this is going to be the boombox right down to Shane Taylor and Niall O'Farrell. Shane Taylor's underneath this one. The ball breaks through from him, and O'Farrell was quickly behind him, and Corofin need to get that ball out, because we know what happened when the ball was diddled around the last time. Shane Taylor offload to Diarmuid Maloney's got into the net. It's got into the net. Would you believe it? Oh, Lord above.
That is a what happened next moment.
Lord above. He volleyed it just on the fly, looking for a point. Liam Corbett, obviously the sun is in his eyes, but he tried to control it, brought it down into the net, and that's a disaster for Corofin. But what a boost for Broadford, because from what was a 4-point lead has now become 7, and surely game over, Derek.
Yeah, it's incredible. I don't even know how to describe that goal, but to have the audacity, like, and the confidence in yourself to double on that ball in mid-air. Obviously, he was going for a point. It would have been spectacular when he connected it with it. I was hoping it would go over so we'd have something to talk about, but I didn't think it would go under. I feel sorry for the goalkeeper though. Like, the sun must have got in his eyes. Yeah,
look, it's just been a mad game from start to finish. Paddy Donlan, and it's not over yet. We still have more to go. And Paddy Donlan, if it was a bit of luck a few minutes ago, there was no luck needed there. It was a superb point, and suddenly Broadford have 3-20 on the board, which is 29 points. Corofin have 4-9, which is 21. 8 points between the teams. You just couldn't write this, considering there were 6 points down at half time. Now, Garrod Kelly has been the one leading the resistance most here in the second half. He tries to get the ball down, but Broadford are cock-a-hoop here at the moment, and it's Darren Chaplin getting the ball into the corner. He's looking for O'Farrell. O'Farrell is on the ball, but Diarmuid Maloney, who can do no wrong at the moment either. He looks for the point. Can he score it? Oh, Lord above. This is brilliant.
Exhibition stuff from Broadford, Owen. They're absolutely dismantling Corofin. Diagonal balls, first touch, far sharper, and the score taken in the second half has just been a joy to watch.
15-point turnaround in the second half, and we're still only in the 54th minute. Now, Shannon Kirby, what can he do? He certainly has the pace to get away from the Broadford defence, but look, there's 3 defenders back. He does win the free at least, and it's an opportunity for Garrod Kelly to get some solace out of this. But if you're Liam Donoghue, you're saying what exactly happened in the second half, because
you're Liam Donoghue, you're getting in your car back to Galway quick.
Well, he's got to wait another 5 minutes anyway, at least.
And head under the duvet for about a week, trying to digest what that just happened.
Well, we need to digest it because we've had 7 goals. Well, sure, he nearly has to go for goal here.
Oh, he has to, yeah.
Now, ball was moved in. He has a shot. It's been saved. There's a bit of a... Oh, is there a penalty? It's another penalty.
It's a penalty.
Holy. And that's Micheál Duffy that was fouled, so it's got to be a penalty. Is there another twist in the tail here?
8 green flags. Huh?
Don't count your chickens, Derek. Everything so far seems to have gone into the net. But ball was saved. The ball came out to...
Where would you get entertainment like it on a Saturday in August, huh? Sub-championship, Corofin
and the sunshine.
Round 2, 7 goals, 30 white flags, and the potential of another green one right now. That's epic stuff.
Now, Garrod Kelly's back. Does he go the same side? Does Cian O'Brien think he's going the same side? Which he's going to hit it this time? He goes, it's saved. Oh, Cian O'Brien learned from the... And that surely has sealed it. If it didn't before, that surely has sealed it for Broadford. What a penalty save from Cian O'Brien. And hasn't been the greatest day for goalkeeper so far, but he has certainly brought that measure back up, and it's Darren Chaplin. Can he punish at the other end? It would be a 4-point swing if he was able to do it. Oh, it comes off the post! Oh, Farrell! Come on!
You literally could not write this.
Oh,
I mean,
Lord.
come on. Penalty saved, one in, ball down the other, off the upright. Who's it fall to? The most prolific player on display, ball into the net. I think it's time to turn the ignition into the keys on, or the keys into the ignition. I can't even speak.
4 goals for Broadford, 4 goals for Corofin. My word, this is amazing stuff. And it's not over yet, because Donny Whelan, what can he do with it? Oh, the umpire even.
The umpire was going for the green flag on.
He's
seen so many goals.
He's so used to putting up the flag. His natural reaction was to go for it again, but this time it does go wide. There are wides, despite all the scores. It is now 4-21 to 4-9. Going to be a free here. Just to catch your breath here, Derek. It's been frenetic.
I need a Ventolin inhaler. Is that what they call it?
12 points in the difference.
6 down and a half. That's an 18-point turnaround.
Massive.
Penalty saves.
Yeah.
I don't know. Goals that like Ronaldo and Messi would be proud of. Mikey Vaughan's goal. That's just...
Well, you're stretching a bit now. We've had plenty of drama, but you're starting to stretch it a bit.
United or someone then.
Now, It's Craig Chaplin who came on as a half-time sub. Going to take this one now. It's going to be from his own.
He'll nail it on.
65. And looks like Oisin Cavan is going to come on here as well as a substitute. Can he make it 4-22? He does indeed, and he gets himself on the scoreboard.
These things. He's a prolific free taker, in fairness, any distance. And look, Broadford's day, and by God, what a turnaround on. 2.5 minutes to play. We might get another green flag.
Oh, don't hold your breath, or maybe do, because it's not over yet. Farrell is still battling away, and he gets a free. Oh Lord, this is remarkable stuff. And now there is that substitute, and it is Oisin Cavan that comes on the field. He's going to come on for Shane Taylor here for the final few minutes. Shane Taylor has put in a shift as well, it must be said. And everything is cheered by that Broadford crowd. They could barely raise a clap at the start.
I was just thinking that. They got a point to start the second half, and you said it wasn't even a clap. Now they're cheering substitutions.
It's amazing how things change in a half. And Niall Farrell, again, prolific, unerring with that free. It is now 4-23 to 4-9. Just brilliant stuff. 14 points clear. It's a 20-point turnaround. All-Ireland final, eat your heart out. Because now it's an opportunity for Corofin just to even break the pressure, because they've just been under immense stuff.
They must, honestly, they must just want to get out of this pitch quick and just get into the car and go home, because it's just been painful for him.
Gerard Cahill, that is dead on. Is dead on. It looked like it was swaying there for a second, but he manages to bring it back to 13 points at least, but a long way off. As Derek said, this has been a very, very disappointing half for Corofin. Great intentions in a superb first half, but 4 goals in the second half for Broadford after 4 goals in the opening half. It could be 5. Oh, it is 5.
I did tell you we time for one more on.
Niall Farrell has just got a hat-trick. That is unbelievable stuff. Gee, you just cannot take your eyes off this game for a second. 9 goals. Oh, just
I'm out of breath.
And you ran from the bridge.
I ran from the bridge to be here, yeah.
Now, he's after hitting that one out over the stand, and Owen O'Leary won't fancy that one, I can imagine. He's not going to take any action, but he is going to bring the ball up. Kind of silly stuff from you, you can understand Corofin's frustration.
Creeping in and now, and look, we're just gone past the 60-minute mark, and yeah, but if we were doing a man of the match anyway, I think you might as well write Niall Farrell's name on a piece of paper.
Yeah,
he scored 3-14.
Yeah, it's massive, whatever it is. Let's see now, because Craig Chaplin's going to take this one. Niall Farrell has reached his quota of scores. So
yeah, he said I have enough done for today. He said
Craig Chaplin's going to take this one, and 5-23 to 4-10. That isn't an error on the TV. It is the actual score here, as Craig Chaplin gets his second free. And now it's 5-24, 39 points to 22, 17 in the difference between these teams. And if you just joined us in the second half, Corofin were 6 points clear at halftime.
Don't check your antenna, or the score is correct in the corner of your box.
Yeah, a 23-point second half turnaround. Now Gerard Cahill trying to get something going, gives it off to Conor Lean. And lean back to Cahill. They're still plugging away, in fairness. His effort was blocked down, but it's Gerard Kelly. Gerard Kelly gets it towards Kevin Keane. And look how many, I was going to say Kerry jerseys, but green and gold over there, and they get the free out. And this game is petering out towards its inevitable conclusion here. And we're just really waiting for O'Leary to play out time, because here they go again. It's Broadford, and it's Paddy Donlan. He's already got a spectacular one from distance. He's going to hit it from 45 yards out this time at his ease. Nobody around him. And they have reached 40 points. That is unbelievable scoring.
For 40 points.
They scored 18 in their opening round. They're after getting 40. And they have Aine Kilnamona to play in the final round. But they'll be more worried about this, because this was an unbelievable second half turnaround.
24 points.
You will not believe this, and 18-point victory for Broadford, having been 6 down at half-time, a 24-point second-half turnaround. Derek,
Thank God we were able to do a bit of maths in there. It's been so much action.
Can you even decipher what you've just witnessed there in the second half?
All I can say, Owen, genuinely, is sheer top-class entertainment. I mean, some of the goals, some of this, passages of play, but volleys and catches from the heavens, and a soccer goal from Mikey Vaughan that's worthy of winning an FA Cup. Look, Niall O'Farrell with a sensational individual performance. Broadford came out for the second half, honestly, like men possessed. As you said, trailing by 6, win by... What did they win by? 18? That's a 24-point turnaround. It's incredible stuff. Hats off to Broadford. You feel sorry for Corofin, but I did say 10 minutes into the second half, 12 minutes in, that the game was only heading one direction. They didn't help themselves on, faffing about with the slither inside in your own half, going short on these puckouts. They just seemed to lose composure in that second half, and especially in the final quarter. I think the last 15 minutes was just one-way traffic. And
in a group where you think that scoring difference might come into it in the final round, depending on how fixtures are going to go, that's even a damning blow. Outside of the defeat, to be defeated by so much will be stuck in Liam Donhu's craw there this evening.
Absolutely. Look, it's one of those you just have to kind of consign to history. Try your best to get back to training next week, but it's a hard ask. You really do want to go bury your head in the sand, head under the duvet for me for 7 days after that. Anyway, I'd be ringing the Samaritans. I'd be a ball of depression. But sure, look, all they can do is go again, and that's the nature of the beast. You have to take hats off to Broadford. It was do or die for them too, trailing by 6 at half time. They didn't let it bother them. They came out and they delivered in that second half, and delivered in spades. Well,
would you believe it? The scoreline here, 5-25 for Broadford, 4-10 for Corofin. An absolutely unbelievable second half turnaround from Broadford. We're going to get a reaction. You're going to have to watch the highlights, which I'd imagine, if by looking at the scoreline was 60 minutes of highlights, you'll be watching again. But anyway, have a look at the highlights, and we'll hopefully get some reaction from the Broadford camp when we come back. Yeah, towards Keane Mulqueen, and he gets down there. It's off to Niall O'Farrell. Niall O'Farrell has a small bit of space. He strikes over the shoulder. He's going to strike it over the bar as well. Well, that's good thinking from Corofin. They managed to get the ball away to Cillian O'Connor. He was on the panel in 2024 for Clare's Dermot O'Brien finds Dermot Maloney, and he centres it for Shane Taylor. It would be a great score if it goes over. It'd only be Broadford second from play. It's a brilliant. Amy Canary seems to be holding. He gets the ball inside. Oh, can this be a goal? Oh, he rattles the net. It's an unbelievable goal. Jim Garrow is not short of leg. And here goes Organ again. Oh, he drops at the vital time. He had already thought. He just saw the net bulging. Keane is again offloaded to Organ. It worked beautifully the first time. Can it work the second time? It can. It's a simple formula. It's been a remarkable turnaround. Niall O'Farrell is looking to stop the rot here, and he does. Darragh Whelan that gets the ball out one-handed, but only gets as far as Conor Lane. He'll never get a better chance at opening his account for the championship. He does do that. Organ combination is going to be good at one end. You can be damn sure that Whelan and Niall O'Farrell have something to answer at the other end. Can attempt, that's not going to reach the target either, but it's certainly going to get in around Kevin Keane. He got a little bit of afflicted. Can he get a goal? Okay, welcome back here to Zimmer Biomet Park East Oak, where we have the undoubted man of the match here in Niall O'Farrell. Niall, I don't know what was in the halftime oranges there, but he certainly came out with all guns blazing that second half.
Yeah, we did. I know first half we struggled. I know there was a strong wind in our eyes, and we said went in 6 points down, and we didn't hurl to the ability that we were used to, like, you know. So we said we come out all guns blazing in the first half and attack the ball, get the ball into myself, Donny, and we just drove it on then.
I mean, you can see the four goals in the first half, and against Clooney Quinn, he had defended so manfully there. Like, he would have been disappointed with how that half went, and particularly the goals that came along.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. We'll have to look at that now for the next. I know put another 4 on top of that as well, like you see. So look, we didn't concede in the second half, which is what we said we'd do in the half time, but yeah, we locked that down. So.
And 5 goals in the second half, they just seemed to come all of a sudden, and that bit of momentum, it was kind of one after the other. You were kind of gathering it as you were inspired as it went. Like.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I know a few of them now. Like, next day they probably won't go in, but they came in and they drove it on, and yeah.
And how important was it to get that first win? You know, these were 2 teams here that has lost that opening round, okay, in different circumstances, but like to get that win now and get that bit of confidence going into the final round against China.
Yeah, no, it's great. First day we didn't really finish the game out again. We were up 55 minutes, and then they got the goal then, obviously. And we said kind of do or die for us today. We either battle for relegation the next day, or we put for a quarter final. So it's basically what I'm saying. We got the win.
Well, there was 9 goals here today. We're delighted with that, and I'm sure there's going to be just as significant now in the Group 4 match between Cracklow and Kilmaley. Stay tuned to that, and thanks for joining us for the moment, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.